Okay, hello and welcome. I'm getting ready to start part 2 of the Oregon Mudfossil Group, and this will be part 2. I just started up there at Newport, the Cornell Lighthouse, and I showed you that biology, and I was going to work my way south, trying to show you that these are not fissures and stuff like they say they are, especially around wall ports that have opened up and deposited what they would call lava and stuff. This is actually biological, and I'm going to show you a little bit of something right here and then get started right at this spot in this video. Okay, this is some of the stuff I have at Wallport. I passed Wallport up today because I didn't have enough time to get to it, but I've got enough video of it. And you can see how this comes up out there like that, and they think this is actually a fissure because there's no other explanation for it, because the coast range is in the way. There's no volcanic activity anywhere, so that's what they would call this, because there's no other options left really. But that is not what this is, and that's why I'm showing you further south today. I'm heading down towards Cape Perpetua, past Yachats, and working my way down the coast, and I'm going to turn inland eventually for about the 4th, 5th video. Okay, here's another piece of it right here, and you can see these tendon fibrils and stuff, and they would think that this came up out of there, and that's not true, because it's actually sitting on, there's a surface here that's sitting on. And I'm going to show you a little bit of something south of this, the south side of this. Here's another view of that same stuff I was just showing you, and then I'm going to head south of the south end of this piece right here. Okay, you can't see this from the north side because it runs out really fast. Well, you can, but the sand is a separation point. From the south side, you can see how this runs around, and the houses are sitting on here, and it runs right out underneath that stuff, just like it does the north side, but all this silicon dioxide, this SiO2, is in between it, and you can't really tell. But you can see it right here, and if I pan south, it runs south also. But those are those tendon fibrils, it runs vertical right over there on that piece. Okay, there's a closer piece of it. This is all connected, and so is the north side. You just can't see it because it's all, the sand's filled in, and it's filled in right up to it. That sits right on top of that.
It runs right underneath that. So this sits on top of this.
You see how it runs south?
And so does all that.
And so does all this. Because it runs south. You can see these houses sitting on top of it right in here. They run south. That's looking south. So it sits on top of all that, and this runs right underneath all that. So now I'm going to go ahead and start my other second video. Well, hello and welcome. It's Tyson here. I'm starting part 2 of the Oregon Mudfossil project, and I'm here at a place I've done videos before called Cape Perpetua, and this is Devil's Churn down in here. And what I'm going to do is show you a lot of the stuff they've been calling, you know, fissures or whatever, they've opened up, and this stuff that looks like lava to them or volcanic or whatever, and it's not. In fact, I'm going to show you where all this stuff that I've had in my videos that looks like lava and everything. Lava, it's some transition and stuff like you'd find in mussel or whatever. And I'm going to show you where it transitions and it goes right on here, and I'm right on up to the mountain, or what, you know, you would call a mountain up there. And I'm going to show you those lines like I was showing you up in the state of Washington and Oregon, right in there, where they were showing fissures that were putting out layer after layer of what they were calling basalt or whatever. And no, it's not. I have the same stuff right here, but it's just covered by timber and a 3-stage canopy, and you can't really see it, and it goes inland. And my house is inland from here, so I know this area very well. You know, I got geologists telling me, you know, to get geology books and start reading. I have geology books at home, believe it or not. And that's why I know what a little bit of what I'm talking about, because what geology is trying to, you know, call things for, you know, igneous intrusive or extrusive rock and things like that. And no, it's not. See, they're labeling things, the creation event has nothing to do with what they're calling volcanic or seismic activity now. That's just a residue, if you will, or just a byproduct of what's going on from the creation event. It's not something that led up. All the creation event isn't still going on and these are just still just a residue left over from volcanic activity still going on and stuff like that. That's not what's going on. So anyway, this is very beautiful out here today, so I thought I'd get the camera GoPro out and just walk down through here, and yeah, so that's what we're doing here today. So this way, for you older folk that can't leave home, you can get a little bit of scenery. I'm getting dizzy zigzagging down this trail. Well, I got some people coming behind me here. This puppy's slick. Whoa. Okay, so that's where I'm at up here. What I'm doing is I'm gonna go down in here and I'm gonna show you some things that are going on. You know, I got some abrupt transition, not abrupt transitions, but over in there, there's some, actually it would be like the gristle, the inside in a piece of muscle, and a real fast transition. And I got some more down in there. But I'm here today. It's been a while since I've been on camera, so I'm getting older. But I'm gonna take you up there. We're gonna go up on top. Getting up on top, you can see people way up there. So I'm gonna end up going, I'm gonna go over the highway here, and I'm gonna show you that's all part of this. And that's exactly part of this also. It's not, just because it looks different here, that's just because of the preservation. And I'm gonna get out the other camera too. So yeah, bear with me here. Here, like there's one right there, you can see it sticking out. That's that line going like that. That's one of them. There's another one over there. Where's it at? I'll go down. There's another one right there, and that would actually just be that's what they would normally call a layered intrusion, but because it's preserved the way it is right here, it's a lot of it's black right now because it's just like all blood, like solid iron. This stuff is like iron, most of it. But there you can see the line. You can see one of them zigzagging out through there. It's right over there. See it? Right there? That's one of them right there. Oh, where's my finger? You'll see it. Hard to hold the camera steady. Anyway, so I'm going to show you this all transcends. I don't even need to go down in there, but you'll see it right over there. It even transcends, it starts running up into this. And you can walk down in there, and you can walk right over into the head wall. I've been on that side, and you can see where it just goes right, it turns into solid and goes right up into there. Then you can go stand on the highway right over there where the cars are going by, and I can stand and turn right around and see it solid right behind me, and then you can just see the layers of it right up in there. You can see it. And it's just because it's preserved different and it looks different than it does down in here. And see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way down the coast, and then I'm going to circle inland and show you what's inland and show you how it's totally different. But it's all part of the same creature. Okay, there's some of that. It'd be like gristle basically. There's a piece of it right there. And then right across, it would have ran right across there. It's all eroded. And you can see the rest of it running right across that. And it's all over in here. You know, there's another piece right here in front of me. So I'm going to walk down in there. And then you can see there's people standing right up there. Oops, come on, adjust. There we go. There's people up there. That's where I'm going to go eventually. But it's really pretty out today. I'm like a calf that's been in the barn all winter. I'm out kicking up my heels. Yeah. We've been blessed with a gorgeous day, Lord. Okay, here's some of that banding, or that gristle I'm talking about. That would, if it wasn't normally preserved that way and it was more inland, that would be, look like a layered intrusion to a geologist. Okay, that's what that would be. And as far as a layered intrusion, that's a good example, but you notice how it's got a darker in the middle, lighter on the sides, and that would be a layered intrusion to them. And it runs right up there and runs underneath a mountain. Okay, I want to get over here and look because I can show you where some of the muscle is swirling. Ouch! Or it would have been the fabric, whatever it is, as it's binding together. I mean, this stuff just, I mean, you know, I can understand how it looks volcanic. And, you know, we run into these holes everywhere. And those are from part of the matrix that this thing forms as it comes off the bone or into another muscle, whatever, binding together. That's part of the muscle fabric or the tendon fabric. Tide's not out all the way. I don't want to get too close. But right over in there, you can see that swirling. Right in there. And over on this side, it swirls up. Okay, I'm going to head up this way. but it's not volcanic because it's tissues. It was, you know, it's biology that just decayed and then mud fossilized. And then, you know, the earth, you know, ancient texts say the earth was completely covered. There was not one mountaintop that was visible. So that's why you get seashells, you know, or crustaceans in this biology. It was soft tissue at one time and it embedded itself, and then the waters receded. But there's that intrusion. Okay, I'm coming up on another one of those. I think it's the other part that goes across at it. This would have been, this is a layered intrusion. But it's all black, this one, because of the way it's preserved. I'm going to stand up this way and look back on it. It runs right down across there and turns right there. I'm standing on it. See it? All pumped up right here. This is it. Man, the water's... I wish the tide was out further. But this is the side of it. See how it's all nice and smooth down here? And it starts getting rougher and rougher and rougher here. Yeah, I don't want to get too close to this thing. There's water over here. Here's another band, or another, right here, another one. Running right across there. See that in there? That there's fibers. You see where it's been ripped open. And it goes and just goes right up into here and then goes right up into this. I've stood on it over there on that side in some of my videos, and you can turn around and you can see it turns into more solid and goes up. But this is some of the most fascinating biology right over here. This is, look at this. Okay, I got to get out of here in a minute. And here's another one of those. Right there. More of the holes I run into all over when you're down low. Oh man, the water everywhere. Whoa! Woo! That's exciting. That scared the... I think I just wetted myself. I'm right here and the tide's headed out. Look at this right in here. Oh, another one. I'm out of here. I get down in here, I get all jacked. This is some of the most incredible biology. If you take a look how that forms in there and this comes up there. This was all, I don't know if it was muscle or what it is for sure. Down this low I'm thinking muscle. I'm not positive, but you can see how this is all just decayed and just sitting in there. And you know, this is on a smaller scale than the stuff I've showed you up in the state of Washington and Oregon. This is on a smaller scale, it's not as big. And so it's not going to look identical. What they have going on up in the corner I've been showing is absolutely incredible. The size. But look at this stuff in here. Okay, big old wave coming. Whew! A little adrenaline rush. Make you feel young again. But I'm gonna look down inside here. But this is just, that always fascinates me, that piece right there. And it just goes right up underneath there and goes right up and, yeah. And here's another one, see? It'd basically be the gristle, okay, in your meat. And it runs right over in there. And this is all pretty much muscle with blood still left in it. And look at the I mean, this is all collapsed down on top of that and just degraded. So look at that. Absolutely incredible biology. And this is biology, this is not geology, okay? I don't want to slip here and fall into the drink. I'm coming up on another one right here. This runs all through Mount Zion National Park. It's all running all through it, but it's on just a massive, bigger scale. See, here's another one right here. Looks like it ran across here and went into there. You can see the rest of it right there on the other side. I don't want to get too close here. I'm going to get the GoPro out in a minute. Some of this stuff is really incredible to see. There's another one right there. This is not, oh, this is the same stuff you'd see in Hawaii. Oh, come on, man. This has nothing to do with lava or volcanic. I got the coast mountains in the way, and they're not volcanic. I'm going to show you that when I go inland. This is looking down inside the creature. It's preserved with salt. Okay, I'm not gonna go in, but that's about as far as you can go into the head wall. But you can follow it. You can see the creek coming down right there, and then you get up into more solid, and it just turns and comes out of here and just goes into this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a GoPro, get it out, and walk back with a GoPro, and I'm not gonna talk. I'll probably play music during that part. I don't know yet. But you get up in there, you see these big round red balls of stuff all over in them, and they've just been beating around because of water probably hitting them. And couldn't have lifted them too much because the water don't get real high here. It doesn't come up out of here, even at high tide. It just sprays real bad. All right. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and just run the GoPro on the way back, like I said, and just let you take a look with this and see what you think. Pretty shot down the canyon there, so. All right, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to head on back. Yes, I know the camera's on wide angle because I can get more in. You can deal with it. You'll be all right. I can switch it over to linear here. Hold on, or no, the other way. Okay, I switched it over to linear. It shouldn't be so fisheye now. There's one of those abrupt transitions, and this one's black. They're normally black and gray or reds or whatever, but this one's all black. There's your reds if you want red. Give you some red over here. There's lots of red in here. Whoa. About wet myself again. scared the crap out of me. More of that transition. They call it, geology calls it layered intrusions. It's just a separation point, you know, like you find in muscle, the gristle, the white. I know I keep bringing that up, but maybe somebody just jumped into the video. Oh. There's another one right here. Right in front of us, great big one. What a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Tide's going out, so not so much a chance of getting wet now. I got new boots now. Last year I had holes, remember? For those you've been following me. I finally bought some new boots. Yay. All right. A lot of you have been following me for almost a year now, and you know what's going on. You know, I used to believe in geology the way it was too until my eyes got opened a year ago. Okay, I'm gonna head up to the middle and then up on top. Gonna walk on out of here. Oh, if I don't fall down. Okay, I was just down in there and showed you all that and showed you how right over this, you know, because it's bare rock and you can see it there. And I've walked this too. And you can go over in there and you can see where it just goes up into this. And it just changes because of preservation as it gets further away from the ocean and the salt air. And then I'm going to take it right over here, right behind all the parking lot, and show you. Well, anyway, I'm going up to the top of there and I'll show you what it looks like from up there. And also, yeah, some other things I have to say.